All right, YouTube. Another product review. The NLBN 5-inch paddle tail swim baits. Tried to make 2 other videos yesterday. I was having GoPro issues, so I did pre-rig and showed how to rig on those segments. But I'm gonna do one more, and hopefully I won't have no technical difficulties today. But again, yeah, 5-inch NLBN, no live bait needed paddle tails. Again, I went with the 5-inch. They offer a couple other different sizes. I think for me, again, I'm focusing on Texas jetties. Fishing Freeport jetty tomorrow. Definitely gonna throw these baits. Love these colors. And I'll do a color comparison with NLBN mullet and what they call purple haze versus the other review I did with R&R tackle and their colors. Night and day, night and day. But yeah, looking at these baits, very durable, very tough. Rigged these again yesterday on 2 other attempts to make this video. I will say, I think I got a little low. May need to get just a little higher on my hook insertion. But Beach Bomber Fishing is a guy I follow, fishes a lot of jetties, San Luis Pass, does some wade fishing. I'm gonna do another review off some crocodile spoons I just purchased from him. Again, focusing more on Texas jetty fishing. I do a lot of surf fishing, do a lot of wade fishing, just trying to get into something different. Definitely durable. Again, it's not your Elastec bait that some of these other companies do, but yeah, pretty durable. Hooks, very sharp, well-defined barb, decent construction. You can see these heads, right? Those holographic eyes. And again, I'm gonna put these to the test. We know typically they're the first thing to fall off, but with these versus the R&R tackle, I think they're gonna hold up. I don't know about the R&R tackle. I'm actually putting a little bit of pressure on R&R tackle's holographic eye, and I can see a little bit of movement. But again, we're gonna put them to the test tomorrow. I'm gonna throw all these baits. But again, yeah, these holographic eyes, pretty tough. They look like they're seated pretty good. This was the purple haze that I picked up. This was the mullet color, of course, that I picked up. And it's actually called Chrome Avenue. And then I picked up the chartreuse. Any bass fisherman knows chartreuse. A little bit of pearl white on that belly. Gotta love that color for sunny days. I do throw a lot of overcast colors, more darker colors. We know most fish feed up, and in the overcast days, that'll really stick out. Looking at the NLBN purple haze, or purple and black, versus the R&R tackle slide bait, purple and black, night and day, right? There's no flakes in this. Very defined line breaks in their molds and their jigs. Still a good color, not knocking them. But, I mean, that color stands out. You've got purple and blue flakes in what they call purple haze. And again, I went with the 5-inch. Like I said in other videos, all the baits that I picked up, salt plastics, I went with the 5-inch and a 4-inch. I wouldn't hesitate a gator trout or even a nice flounder to smash that. Again, going to Freeport Jetty tomorrow. Definitely gonna be throwing this bait along with the other baits I did a review on. And I got one more review. I just got another shipment in. So we're gonna check that out. So looking at the jig head construction, this is the KRA, which they call Chrome Avenue. Again, I picked up the raw to try to match that. We know we try to match jig heads towards colors. So again, that's what I tried to do. There's not a whole lot of difference between the Chrome Avenue and the raw. Let's look at those. Raw, Chrome Avenue. Pretty similar, right? Just more of a solid gunmetal gray. You got a gunmetal gray on top and a little bit of off-white light gray on the bottom, but pretty similar. Again, the construction, very durable hooks, stainless steel screws. I think they say these are also NLBN hand-poured molds, but yeah, I'm happy with the construction. Again, I went with the 1 ounce. They offer a 1/2 ounce, 3/4 ounce, again 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce, 2 ounce, and 3 ounce. again, I'm focusing on jetty fishing. I wanted that medium, that medium light bait, size 8/0 hook on these bad boys, 2 times hook strength, stainless steel screw lock pin, designed again, made to fit NLBN salt plastics. And again, talking about the other 4-inch paddle tails I did a review on, I don't know where I'd use that head on any other bait, the way these baits are designed. So again, I rigged up 2 other baits based off of Beach Bomber Fishing. Again, check him out and his reviews on this product. And I watched a video on how to rig these, and I'm gonna rig up this one. It's the last one I got left. I did the purple haze, did the mullet color. Definitely gonna be throwing those tomorrow. Give me 1 minute. Let's look at that purple haze. I really like that jig head pattern. Again, you can see the jig head with the slide bait, R&R. Again, different concept, same bait, right? Paddle tail, it's a slide bait. Check out the other review I did. This hook's supposed to break free when that hook lands in the fish's mouth. But their head, again, very defined pattern, right? I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's definitely got some purple, blue flake, and then you got your solid purple background. Really like that. Really like that. Here's the mullet color for the NLBN. Again, you know, it is what it is. And there's the mullet color that I picked up for the NLBN baits. Definitely got some real small flakes in there, silver, a little bit of chrome I see, a little bit of gold. Definitely like that pattern. But again, I'm gonna throw these tomorrow. I'm gonna throw all these baits, you know, see what happens. But I did want to just touch on those color differences between the R&R tackle baits and the NLBN baits. Again, very durable construction. So let's get into the rigging of what, again, Beach Bomber Fishing showed me. I did watch some other rigging videos for this specific bait, and they did not cover what he covered. And I'm gonna steal a little bit of content. I'm gonna cover exactly what he covered in rigging these baits. He actually used the plastic or the sticky back adhesive off of this strip to cover that barb and that hook, because when you thread that on there, of course you've got to thread this paddle tail around that hook, right? And he did one without the tape, marred up a bait. Very expensive baits, I will say, for what I picked up, and I want these bad boys to last, right? So again, we're gonna rig that up. I just happen to have a little bit of Scotch tape. I'm gonna cover that hook and that barb. Take that back. I did this before. Of course, we know we got to mark where that hook point needs to come out, right? And again, these other 2 baits I did, I got that head just a little lower on that salt plastic, twice, by the way. So I'm gonna bring that hook point up, not so much dead center, a little off center, a little bit up, and see if that makes a difference. But again, right, Beach Bomber Fishing, we know on salt plastic fishing, we wanna know where that hook point's gotta come out. So I'm gonna mark that hook point, right? Put a little dot there, ain't gonna hurt nothing, because again, that's where the hook's supposed to come out. All right, so again, I rigged a center on the other 2 baits. I'm just gonna go a little bit higher, maybe 1/8 of an inch, and see if I can get that head perfectly flush with the top and bottom of that bait, right? So I marked that hole as well. Now I'm gonna go back and cover after I insert it and pull it out of the hole that I marked earlier, which again we know is crucial. That's money right there. All right, now we cover that hook and that hook point, right? Because that bait's got to spin around that with the screw lock, and we don't want to tear these baits up. Again, a little bit of Scotch tape. Should have that laying around. Again, he didn't have any laying around. Beach Bomber Fishing. He took the plastic little sticker off of that to cover that hook. All right, so, right? Again, I went just a little higher, maybe 1/8 inch higher than center. And now we're gonna spin this bait on this body. And with that tape, I didn't have to manipulate anything. One video I saw, they had to pull the tail around. It literally comes around that Scotch tape. There it is again. It literally comes right around that hook and that hook point. So we're on a third turn. Third turn. We're gonna go 4. Still spinning around. And looks like 5 turns, right? And yeah, honestly, that made a big difference. So again, with these 2 baits I rigged, you can see that, how that head sits a little down. That was dead center on that bait. Learn twice, right? That's what we do. So I went 1/8 of an inch higher than center on the face of that bait. And that hook, that jig head, damn near sits perfect with that body. And again, get rid of the tape. Ain't gonna catch no fish on that like that. But again, yep, there it is. There's rigged, right? I learned a couple things doing this. Again, I follow a couple of YouTube content creators myself, very good fishermen. But yeah, I'm pleased with these baits. So there it is. I said I was gonna get this one done. Had some technical difficulties yesterday, but yeah, I don't remember how many more colors they had in the 5-inch paddle tail, but I picked up, again, y'all see it, right? They call that lime slider. Definitely gonna throw that. That mullet color, definitely love that color. And again, that purple haze. Yeah, I've seen people catch some quality redfish at the Texas jetties on that color. So I'm gonna give it a whirl, me and a buddy, maybe get some good content for this weekend. Again, I'm not a content creator by no means. I'm just doing this for fun. I thought I'd do some bait reviews. I picked up a lot of baits to do these jetty ventures, and we all know this stuff ain't cheap. So again, that's why we pick up baits. Most baits are made to catch fishermen, not fish. But I've seen these baits in action, and again, it is what it is, right? You can't catch them on the couch. Get out, take your kid fishing. Like and subscribe. I've said that before. Likes are easy. Subscribe's a little different. But it is what it is. But yeah, y'all check them out. If you want to throw them, give it a whirl, right? Maybe don't go overzealous like I did, but it's what I do. I'm a fisherman die hard through and through. All right, y'all be good. Be good, YouTube.